Hi, welcome to the Shelley Studio. I am working in my collection of Curiosities book again today. If you've been following along, I've done quite a few videos. I was trying to remember what page I'm on. Gosh, what page am I on? Oh, 18 and 19, I believe. And, I decided to include some tarot cards. Now, several years ago, Grumbacher, they used to have a Facebook page. I don't know if they do anymore, where they would have like artist trading card thing, and they also did challenges, and they did a tarot card challenge where you had to create a tarot card each day or week, or I can't remember like how often, but they had like 20 or 21 of them that they did, the first so many, and I did them all in a book. So I decided it would be kind of fun, since it's kind of witches and magical, to put those tarot cards into my collection of curiosities. So I took the book and I shrunk them on the copier, and of course it's just an inkjet printer. So I did a little matte medium onto the gel plate and printed just clear matte medium on each of them so they wouldn't smear when I did other things to them. That's them. And I wanted to put them onto something stiff, so I used the encyclopedia pages, colored them with blue with the gel plate, and I did it really, I cut out a lot of it so that this video wasn't like too long. That's why the pages are curling, is because of the matte medium, but that's okay. I'm going to end up trimming them down and gluing them onto the back of the blue encyclopedia pages. And I just did layers of blue till you couldn't see the words anymore, and then I did the little dot pattern and added a little gold. I sprayed the gel plate with water so the gold was runny and not even over it, just to have something interesting. And I am just using my Yoo-Hoo glue stick, and I think it works really well as long as you're generous with the glue stick and you get all the way to the edges. Like I've can't remember what day I did those cards, made my little cards, but yeah, there's been no separating or peeling apart. So yeah, it works pretty well. So yeah. That's what I'm doing. And like I said, I shortened this so that it would all fit. So like I do a little bit of each step of the process. So yeah, you just see me do the one page, but I do several pages to get them all on, and then I let them dry under weight so they stayed flat this time. Cutting them down a little bit, and then we'll use my paper trimmer, and I'm just going with the lines from the copy, and hoping that they all shrunk evenly and that my borders were pretty even, so that the cards will all end up about the same size in the deck. And they do. Like, it's been a while since I looked at them, but yeah, I think they're all pretty much the same size, which I was very happy. I was worried that they wouldn't be. And this one, it's a little close to the top, but so I do that to all of them. So there they are. And then I decided, cards have like something on the back, right? Some sort of interesting something. And I experimented and shopped at Temu and bought some really cheap gold leaf. It came with nothing else, no adhesive, no nothing. So I am using just Liquitex, my Liquitex matte medium. I'm making a circle. It's intended to be sort of incomplete circle. And I'm just laying that gold leaf on there and letting it dry that way. And stashing the extra in that jar. Like, it will come in handy. Oh my gosh, this stuff is messy. It is so messy. And I probably didn't use the right brush. That brush was a little scratchy. Probably shouldn't have used that brush. And I know there's supposed to be a sealer for them, but I didn't want to put matte medium over the gold because then it wouldn't be shiny anymore. So I didn't put anything on the surface to protect the gold. So we'll see what happens. But that stuff was everywhere for a week or more. Because I've got 20 cards, right? 22 cards. Covered in gold. Apparently I didn't edit down this part too much. I left a lot of the messy gold in there. Like, it was, 2 days later, I was sitting at the dinner table and my sister looks across, she's like, "You got glitter on your face." Like, I don't know how it got there. Probably came off of something in where I do my art. But yeah, and some of them, that one was a little sparse. Oh, and I'm using my fun gel pens to just enhance, put a little shine on the other side of the card. And, also, this, like I said, this is one of many videos. They are all going in a playlist, and that will be in the description box below. So if you're interested in seeing them, if you've missed any, I also, in that playlist is a walkthrough of what I got done at a certain point. So there's a flip through of part of the book. Oh, and I'm just nipping off, I wanted kind of squarish corners, so I'm just nipping off the corners. It's easier for them to go into pockets, less likely to get damaged if you have a little bit either rounded or something corner. And so I just nipped the edge points off. So here's my page. And I'm thinking I will like have something that the cards can tuck into there and then pockets down below so that there's a little bit of a display plus a place to hold them all. So that's the idea I've got in mind. So I'm going to, I punched just some circles out of more of the encyclopedia paper, some that had some gold on it, and I'm stacking 2 or 3, I can't remember how many I stacked together, just to make it good and stiff. I want it stiff. So when it's in the book and I tuck the card under, it's, gives it some real support. Yeah. Looks like I might have even done 4 pieces of paper to each of those because I only do 4 spots. So, yeah. And I'm just stacking them up, gluing them together, weighing them down so that they stay nice and flat. Then I have the leftover scrap, and I decide that I might use that for the pocket, but it's not quite big enough. So I take another piece of encyclopedia, because if you don't know, my book covers were made from an encyclopedia, and so I have all the innards to work with. The gel printed pages that create the signatures in my book are all encyclopedia, so a lot of using a lot of that encyclopedia. Still have a lot of pages left. Yeah, so I've measured. I probably should have given him a little bit more wiggle room. And I am creating a gusset, an extra space, so that it's got the thickness for them to fit in. But they barely fit. But at least I know if the book tips over, they're not going to just fall out. Because they're in there snugly. Just like that. And I'll just glue that to the book page, and then I'll decorate the gold to go over the top. Oh yeah, and I trimmed it down. I decided that was a good height. Just have a little bit of the card sticking out so that you can get them in and out. Doing the same thing with this one. And I think I do all that before I do all that before I glue. Like, I've folded the encyclopedia in half so it's thicker. I think at some point I will be gluing those together so they fuse, so they're one solid piece. See my brain thinking. I'm like trying to figure out, what am I doing? What am I doing? So they can't just be plain paper. Like, they have to have color to go in my book. So I'm pulling out my quinacridone nickel hazel gold. And I'm just going to add some paint everywhere that might be exposed. So just along the folds and along the gusset, that's the side. And I am going to put the gold paper on the front, but it's not going to be wide enough to cover the whole side, so that's why I added the paint. I hope you're all having a great day. It's pretty nice here. It is cold. It's winter time, right? I don't know if it's winter where you are, but it's winter here. I see snow in the mountains. Haven't seen any snow down here, but it's, of course, by the time this video comes up, it'll be mid to late November. I'm doing this voiceover on November 2nd. So there might be snow by the time this comes out. I do have one little hole on that. We'll doctor it. We'll figure out how to make that work. Like, I can't remember exactly what I do. I might put a little piece of paper under it. I honestly don't remember how I make that little uneven spot disappear. And maybe it hasn't disappeared. I should find my book. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Just glue it. And then I put it in the bottom section so that it's in the bottom corner. Less noticeable there, right? Now I'm using my glitter glue. That's better on stiffer objects. And here's where I'm putting the two pieces together. I do have that gold coming down past the bottom. I'm hoping to glue that to the book. I didn't put a gusset on the bottom. I just put the gusset on the sides. And really, had not tested this out, just hoped it would work. I know this is kind of, I mean, this was for the October PM Artist Studio YouTube hop. And it is kind of Halloween based, I guess. But a collection of curiosities can be good anytime, right? Like, it doesn't have to be Halloween. And I'm not really doing, well, not now. I did do like one witches thing, but it's just magic and mythology, in my opinion. This stencil is my own creation. And I won't tell you what that makes me think of, because once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. But I knew it would go with what's already on the page because I already had this stencil on the page. But they're too bright. Like, I put them on there and I continue the stencil. But the gold is too bright of gold. So we're going to continue the stencil so that it just runs into the page. But I'm going to come back and add some more color. Just because I felt like it looked too yellow for my page. It stood out too much. It needs to be more subtle. Just fiddling with it, just determining where I want it to fit. And pulled out some more paint. I'm just going to do a thin wash over the pockets and the dots. And I can't remember what color that is. I don't know if it was still quinacridone. It kind of looks like it. But here's my little dots. And maybe the water was kind of dirty because it has sort of a muddy look to it. But yeah. Sorry, I should have edited out cleaning that up. You don't need to see me wiping my table down. But now I'm just going to glue the two flaps and then the strip along the bottom. And just put my little paperweight on there to hold it down. And I just kind of held it there. The glitter glue grabs pretty quickly, which is good. So I just held it there with my hands for a minute, just until I was sure that it was going to stay. And doing the same with this one. I am putting them like one on the inside, one on the outside, so when the book closes, they're not stacked right on top of each other, hoping that would make a little less bulk, even though they do kind of overlap a little bit. And slipping those in, and if you just put half in each side, they fit. Yay! But I'm going to pull 4 of them out and just have them up above. have the little dots holding them in place. So just get those dots glued on there. I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave me a comment or a thumbs up. I appreciate it. What do you think? Do you like it? If you are interested in the tarot cards, I'm pretty sure I have a playlist. If I can find it, I will also link that in the description box below so you can see the making of them and the actual little art pieces that they were created from. They're also gel prints and collage bits. But thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have an awesome day.